This was my day today. I started out with getting a vehicle with an airbag recall. I ripped the dash and stuff out of it, replaced the airbag, put the dash and everything back in, flipped the car back around, and now you can see here I am. Got my new steering rack here. Got the new tie rod ends here. Just give you a quick update on kind of what I did. I already have a video on how to do all this here, but I'll just kind of brush back over stuff again. Pull the back bolts out of the frame. Steering knuckle up inside the car, or the U-joint inside the car that holds itself to the knuckle itself. Pull the 10 mil out of that first before anything. Pull your tie rods out. Pull your sway bar link out. I pull one bolt. You can pull two if you want, but I pull one bolt out of the knuckle so it can drop down a little bit. And then pull your metal cover and stuff off the top here. You see the metal cover right there. Pull your front bolts out. You don't have to get as extreme as I do, but I like to pull them all the way out. I like to let them hang on the lower control arms. It's still attached, so it's perfectly fine. You see here, I unbolted this one partially. I just loosened it up, but I didn't pull it completely out. You can actually pull it out and let this frame drop down even more. Anyway, I'm going to pull this rack and stuff out of here. This is not covered under the extended warranty for this 2010 Fusion 4-cylinder. Unfortunately, the customer did have to come out of pocket for this, and I think this is an ungodly amount of money for this thing. It's something like $2,300 or something for this job total. 3 hours labor with dropping the frame, putting the new assembly and stuff in, putting the tie rods in, running it down to the alignment rack, setting the front toe and stuff on it. This vehicle's in pretty poor shape overall, so I was really surprised that they actually decided to put the rack in it. But this was my first job. Again, it was a 3-hour airbag job, 3-hour rack and pinion job. After this, I have to pull in either, I'm going to choose whether or not I want to pull in a 17 Escape 1.5 liter and start rebuilding the engine, or if I'm going to pull this F150 in and actually start rebuilding the front end on it. The carrier bearings are out on the F150, so probably going to do the front end first and then do the engine after, but we'll come back with show you what that looks like later. So the whole complaint on the power steering was hard to steer. The electronic power steering went out, and there was like multiple codes in the computer. Right now what I'm doing is I got the vehicle back on the ground. All the traction lights and stuff went off that were there. So now I'm gonna actually programmable module install the software for the power steering. And then let me show you real quick. Let me get this started at least before I show you the codes that were in the computer. While it's establishing communication, I'll show you the codes real quick before I pull in this other vehicle. So those were the codes that were in the computer, and once you get those U3000 codes, the module's done. It's not going to communicate here. It's not going to work anymore. Internally failed. And unfortunately, this one did not have the extended program on it to get covered. So now we put a new one in. It's expensive. Dealer cost. So here's the SSM for. I think dealer cost for this was somewhere around $2,400 because it's 3 hours labor because you got to set the front toe, plus the module is super expensive if you go through the dealer, but it is what it is. These people wanted warranty and they wanted the dealer to do it, so here I am lining them up and knocking them down. I'm going to program this, get it down to the alignment rack, and then get the next vehicle in. Got it rolling. I got the alignment done. Look there after. Not perfect, but they don't want to fix everything. They just want the basics, so I'm gonna go test drive it and then go on to my next vehicle now. Now that blue F150 that keeps dying with only battery codes in the system is, we gotta go pick it up. Crazy day. So we have to go to the customer, and he's broke down at the grocery store. We're gonna give him another F-150 and then bring his back and try to figure out why 3 times now, dying with no warning, just randomly dying. Shut it off, go in the store, do some quick 20-30 minute grocery shopping, come back out, won't start. So, day in the life of me. Well, I've got the truck back at the shop right now and I'm hooking the computer to see what codes are in the computer. This truck is going to drive me nuts. I might have to open a case study on this, so we'll see what's in here and then delete the old session out of here, hook up to it. Sometimes the gateway modules that are on the back side of your OBD connector that interact with the remote start are the issues. Sometimes the pins are bad in them, they're not making good connection, but this doesn't have that. This is just a straight OBD connector with no big box in the back side of it. And he said this time it malfunctioned when he tried to use the remote start. It clicked as if it was going to start, and then it just nothing. So we'll see. This is the stuff people don't see, man. This is the stuff people don't understand about us. Here I am sitting in a room doing paperwork, filling out computer stuff. Make me an RO, go pick up a customer's vehicle, bring it back to the dealership. I get paid for none of this. Zero. The joys of being a tech, working for a dealership professionally. Everybody thinks it's all that it's cut out to be. Sometimes you royally get shafted, and the dealer has to eat the money to pay the tech to go do all this stuff. So somebody's losing money. You know, earlier when I left to go pick up this customer's truck, I was like getting ready and stuff. My boss comes up to me and says, look, I know it's not fair to you, so we're just going to eat the cost of you going, keep track of your time and stuff on everything that you're having to deal with this. But really, at the end of the day, I'm not going to get paid all this money to do this. They're going to be like, well, Max, it took you like 15-20 minutes to go get it and 15-20 minutes to come back, so we're going to pay you an hour. What about all the time to go to the service writer, take the mileage up there, get the ticket made, go back and forth, do this, do that, check this, get back on the computer, go on a hotline, submit all this stuff, look at any service messages that you may have missed, going back, and you just don't get paid for any of that stuff. You literally waste hours of time trying to get to a point where you can make the customer happy, and hope that you can manipulate something somewhere else to be faster than the book time to make up for what you lost. It's always a catch-up. It's always playing catch-up. People think like becoming a dealer tech is all it's cut out to be and you're just going to make all this crazy money and stuff. No, you need to make crazy money playing catch-up. That's what you're literally going to do. You have to be good at everything else, so when you get to positions like this, you learn how to do those other jobs faster to make up for this. Here we go. I gotta get in this computer and start going through all this stuff and filling out all this. And this is the second screen I'm in now, and I had to go back up there and get more information made. Now I'm gonna go back in here and do this, and it's draining. It's mentally draining, sometimes physically draining, and it's like, why do you think so many guys look so old when they hit their mid-30s and 40s and stuff like that? You know, my back hurts, my legs hurt, my feet hurt, my knees hurt. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with years of being in the military and stuff and getting deployed and all that other stuff, spending the time that I spent in Iraq. But I mean, my gosh, man. Some days you just think about hanging it up and just walking away. Just going and doing something else. I love what I do. I do. Sometimes I ask myself, is this really worth it? You know. Anyhow, let me get this done. You ever feel like you're getting somewhere? You're doing good, and then by the end of the day you feel like, what the hell, man? I didn't do shit today. I booked 6 hours. I can't complain, but a lot of paperwork, a lot of running back and forth, a lot of anyway, that's my day. And I looked at 2 or 3 other vehicles I didn't even get a chance to make a video on that have to be worked on. Just chaos, man, chaos. The life of a dealer mechanic sometimes. Y'all be blessed.